that we have also some thing we could do which could harm the United States. If you talk
but they're not saying that. I mean, you didn't expect that.
Now there will come economic response from Europe because
you
Trump,
expect
it not only threatened Denmark and Greenland, but it threatened all of Europe.
Yeah, but what economic response is there ever going to happen from Europe right now? So far, there has been no statement, nothing very significant. I don't see.
No,
I don't see any response from Europe.
I am agree that the European leaders until now have been weak and not given the right response to Trump. But I think there is a possibility now that we will do it because we have something we could do.
No.
For example, lots of United States debt is in Europe. We could sell it. We could say to Trump, we want to make a transaction about oil and gas in other countries than the United States, in dollars. We could stop for delivering United States services and all things to
but that
to
will be
but
that's a we could situation. The fact is, let's be very, very realistic out here. To say we could is one thing, but time is running out. I want to bring back Ravi to this discussion. Trump has brought military force as a bargaining chip within NATO. He's threatening the use of military force. He's saying, if you say no to me, it will come with consequences. Right? We are a great power. We will do to you. We will do in Greenland what we have done in Venezuela. And he has signaled that he is willing to attack a NATO ally and capture it.
If you want to make a military attack on Greenland, if you want to kill Danish soldiers, French soldiers, German soldiers, we will see. But I think until now, Trump is doing, he has threatened us and he make economical threats to Europe. And I think in the first, we could make two things we have done. The first, we have sent soldiers to Greenland, and in other places, the thing we could do could make response on his economical threats. And I am not the man who decide everything in Europe, not at all. But I say the situation now in the European Parliament is that people are very angry, and I think Trump could risk that he's a man who strengthen Europe. And
for that, Europe will have to be united. But is it? Raymond Vickery, former United States Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Trade, is Europe united enough to take on America? How do you think Europe will respond?
Well, thanks very much for having me, Arnab. President Trump is an expert at creating an alternative universe, which really does not exist. His background for 14 years as a reality TV star honed those skills, and he has once again demonstrated that approach to leadership, which is really not leadership, in his speech at Davos today. I think it's important to understand that Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, is not the United States of America. And the falsifications which have been spread through this speech and others are numerous. He did not win the 2020 election. He has not solved inflation in the United States. But worst of all, of course, is what you are talking about in regard to the rule of law and some semblance of ability to wage peace through cooperation, which has existed since World War II. Imperfectly, yes, but there have been principles for it. And what he's done, of course, is completely jettison those as a throwback to the old-time definition of greatness, which is, can you build an empire? That was a definition of greatness for Alexander the Great, Peter the Great, for the empires that you have spoken about from Europe. The problem with that approach, or one of the problems, is that sooner or later empires rub up against each other and you have world war. That's what's happened in the first part of the 20th century.
Raymond,